Good afternoon. This is Jim Kent in the High Channel News Center, New York. What you're watching is a passenger jet about 6 minutes away from possibly an emergency landing. High Channel News aviation expert Carl Stowe is on the line with us. Carl, any indication of what could be wrong with his jetliner?
Thank you very much, Jim. No, we haven't heard from the pilot, but there could be a couple of factors that might prevent this. You see, the crew could be too busy working on a stuck landing gear, for instance.
Oh, I see.
Or perhaps the hydraulics have completely failed, and the crew is too busy sobbing to offer any coherent information at this time.
Now on the telephone with us is a former pilot, Ronald Goodwin, who's logged nearly 5,000 hours in this type of aircraft. Captain Goodwin, is this an easy aircraft to fly?
Oh, yeah, it's an easy one to fly. You know, you pretty much just sit there and wear the hat. You play on the radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be flying at an altitude of 33,000 feet.
So, you know, it's easy.
All right. Now let's bring in High Channel News correspondent Tiffany Fulcup in our Chicago bureau. Tiff, what can you tell us so far?
Well, Jim, most people think they're reviewing emergency evacuation procedures, but in truth, the cabin has pretty much deteriorated into lots of booze-fueled anonymous sex and sporadic sobbing.
All right. High Channel News, Tiffany Fulcup in Chicago. Well, if you're just joining us, we're watching what appears to be an emergency landing. Wait, I've just been handed this bulletin. It says this plane is being flown by a highly trained pilot. Not much to go on that. Can you add something, High Channel News aviation expert Carl Stowe?
Jim, this is Tiffany Fulcup, High Channel News, Chicago. I've just been handed a clarification. It should read, this plane is being flown by a highly trained porpoise.
A porpoise? Like the one, say, at SeaWorld?
Exactly.
So what you're telling me is the lives of nearly 135 people are now in the hands of fins of a fish.
A very smart fish.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us, you are watching history in the making as something other than a human being is attempting to land a commercial jetliner at a major U.S. airport.
A clarification, if I could, Jim. This is not the first time. Earlier in the week, a Continental Airlines 727 landed safely at Denver's airport with a diapered chimp in the left seat.
All right. Well, as animal rights expand, bolstered by advances in technology, will more animals on the flight deck mean safer skies? We'll just have to wait and see. I'm Jim Kent, High Channel News, New York. Courage.